Hi, I'm Super Nicole. Why super? That's what this story is about. But first, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and most importantly, grab something delicious. I like eating popcorn while watching private diary videos. What about you? It all began when I was 5. That was the year my dad left. I decided he was a traitor and a coward, and I haven't talked to him since. My mom was amazing though. She used to be a famous athlete, but she had a career-ending injury. After that, she devoted her life to raising me. I had never seen her cry or give up. She was my hero. She was miserable after Dad left though, and one day I saw tear tracks on her face. I wanted to cheer her up. So, when she was cleaning up the living room, I decided to help her and I lifted the sofa. Yeah, you heard that right. A 5-year-old did that. Wow, Mom, look how strong I am. For some reason, Mom didn't seem surprised at all. She just hugged me, beaming. My super baby. You have a strong and healthy body. I think you should be an athlete. She convinced me I was special and different from the other kids. And she even bought equipment just so we could have a gym in our basement. Working out became my passion. Years passed. I grew up, went to high school, and made a lot of friends. But none of them knew that I had a perfect body and I was super strong. Why? I simply never told anyone about it. After all, my abilities had long since lost their novelty and seemed completely ordinary to me. Nicole, my car got stuck again. Can you give it a push? Oh, no problem. A lot of girls were jealous of my body. I never wanted to be the girl that people looked at, so I wore oversized clothes. Even though I was different from the other girls, we still had a lot in common. I was a huge fan of the Super 5, just like all my friends. The 5 were a group of students that went to a special sports school. They were real celebrities. And, well, of course they were. After all, each of the 5 had an awesome ability. For example, Joe set a bunch of records because he was fast as the Flash. Deborah could hold her breath underwater for a ridiculously long time. And the team captain, Patrick, was incredibly strong. They starred in movies and commercials, and they were stars on TikTok. The 5 inspired everyone to be better. After all, paparazzi often filmed them helping people just like they were real superheroes. Oh, I can't see anything without my glasses. Don't worry, I'll help you cross the road. I dreamed of becoming a part of their team, so I started helping those in need, just like the 5. For example, I saved a kitten stuck in a tree. Subscribe to the channel if you would have helped it too. One day, I was coming home from school when I heard a cry for help. I found the guy in trouble and I asked him what had happened. It turned out his glasses had fallen through the sewer grates. He had tried to reach them and then his arm got stuck. What a klutz. I easily pulled the bars apart and I helped him free his hand and get his glasses. I can finally see again. How did you do that? You mean the drain grate? I just got lucky, I guess. The guy's name was Caleb. I didn't tell him I was super strong because I didn't want to brag. We got to talking and it turned out that Caleb was also a fan of the Super 5. He even dedicated his YouTube channel to them. However, he had very few subscribers. He had been going to a festival dedicated to a new movie about the Super 5 before he got stuck, and he invited me along. I want to thank my savior. We had a connection and we became inseparable. On our dates, we went to our idols competitions to cheer for them. Caleb kept trying to get backstage like a sneaky journalist to interview the team, but the security guards caught him and chased him away each and every time. Soon, my life was turned upside down. Patrick announced that he was leaving the Super 5 for an Olympics team. That meant there was now a spot on the Super 5. There was going to be a competition for a chance to join it. Are you talented? Then pass our tests and join us. OMG, that was my chance! I was very shy and I wouldn't have dared go for it if my mom hadn't encouraged me. Nicole, you're amazing. You should absolutely try. You're right. I've dreamed about it my whole life. I thought I would need to demonstrate how strong I was, but the jury cared more about my looks. They took so many photos of me, I felt like I was trying to become a model and not join a sports team. In the end, they finally let me demonstrate my abilities. The next day, they called me and said that I was now the new member of the Super 5. Mom was proud of me and I was jumping for joy. The team manager said I had to forget about the oversized clothes and only wear fashionable sportswear from then on. After all, the Super 5 had signed a contract with that clothing brand. At first, I felt too self-conscious, but my mom convinced me tight clothes suited me. Later, I told my boyfriend the happy news. Caleb didn't get mad at me for hiding how strong I was. On the contrary, he was over the moon. My girlfriend is one of the Super 5? Am I dreaming? He wished me luck and I went to my first practice. To be honest, I was very nervous, but my new teammates were very friendly. Welcome to the team, Nicole. Or should we say Super Nicole? My life changed after that. Being a part of the legendary team felt amazing. Everyone at school treated me like a celebrity. Wow, you look stunning. It was a real crime to hide such a nice figure. Can I take a selfie with you, Supergirl? And maybe even ask you out? Sorry, guys, but I have a boyfriend. I wasn't going to break up with Caleb. However, now I was so busy that I kept canceling all our plans. Don't worry, I get it. You need to practice. I know this sucks. I promise I'll make up for it and convince my teammates to give you an interview. I didn't get to enjoy my success for long. Soon, I realized that the lives of the Super 5 only seemed perfect. We had to train hard every day and then put on happy faces and star in commercials. To my disappointment, it turned out that all the seemingly random acts of kindness were actually scripted and filmed in a studio. Nicole, you're gonna notice that stroller is rolling into traffic and you've gotta stop it. I thought we'd be helping people for real. You're not here to think. Just look pretty and do what I say. Then, I accidentally overheard the manager talking to someone over the phone. Don't you worry, boss. The new girl doesn't suspect a thing. Well. That piqued my interest. It seems the sports school was hiding something terrible, but I decided not to get to the bottom of it. After all, I didn't want to be kicked off the team. I was enjoying my popularity, and I loved being a part of the Super 5. Caleb was mad at me because I hadn't gone on dates with him in a while. You know, Nicole, you've changed. Fame has gone to your head. His words pissed me off, and we fought. What made him think I had a swollen head? Okay, maybe he was a bit right. Now, I looked down on everyone at school, and I demanded special treatment. One of my classmates tried to sneakily take a photo of me. I lost my temper, and I almost crushed her phone. Sorry, I just wanted to take a picture of you for my sister. She's a big fan of yours. If you want a photo, be ready to pay for it. After that incident, everyone at school boycotted me. I didn't care about it, though. My new friends were the Super 5, after all. We trained together every day and became a real family. One evening, Deborah called me and invited me to a private party for celebrities. Of course, I immediately agreed. Then, Caleb suddenly came over and started saying all sorts of crazy stuff. Nicole, I found out the truth. The Super 5 are not what they seem. They're only nice in front of the cameras. They're actually narcissistic and selfish jerks. That hurt to hear. How dare he? I told him my friends were nothing like that, and Caleb and I had a big fight. I will prove that I'm right. With those words, he left, and I went to a party in a posh mansion. At first, things were going great. There were celebrities, all sorts of entertainment, and delicious food. But then, my teammates started acting weird, and that ruined my mood. They ridiculed the staff and insulted their fans. It felt like I had taken off my rose-colored glasses. Was Caleb right about them? That's when I saw him. Caleb had snuck in to find out the dirty secrets of the Super 5. The security guards immediately spotted him. Caleb tried to run away, but Joe quickly caught him. Who are you? This is a private party. Caleb pointed at me and said I had invited him. Nicole, tell them that you're my girlfriend. Everyone stared at me. I didn't know what to do. After all, if I helped Caleb, I'd be kicked off the team. And being one of the 5 was important to me. So I shrugged and said I had never seen him before. After that, Joe handed him over to the guards and asked them to kick him out. I felt like a traitor. I didn't sleep a wink that night. Besides, now I was convinced something shady was going on at the sports school. I tried to talk to my mom the next morning, but she told me that I shouldn't risk my future. I guess you're right. I was lost in thought on my way to school. All of a sudden, I realized a car was following me. It was scary. I walked faster and I was about to turn the corner. However, the car blocked my way and my dad got out of it. He was wearing a police uniform. I never knew he was a cop. Nicole, sweetheart, I'm not your daughter, traitor. I know you're angry I left you, but there was a reason I did that. Please, give me a chance to explain. I didn't want to talk to him, but Dad hinted that he knew a secret my mom had been hiding from me my whole life. What? Okay, I'll hear you out. I got into his car and Dad told me that he had divorced from Mom because they had different ideas for my future. It turned out, Mom's career had ended because she was caught doping. There had been no injury. That wasn't even the most shocking news. It turned out when I was a kid, Mom had signed a contract with the pharmaceutical company Allerbaum, and they were testing a secret drug for athletes at the time. Now that I thought about it, I did remember my mom giving me some pills when I was a kid. She had said they were vitamins though. I was against you participating in that experiment, but your mother wouldn't listen to me. We kept fighting and eventually we got divorced. I couldn't believe Dad with no proof. So I got out of the car and I ran home to confront my mom. She didn't even deny anything. Nicole, I did it for you. Those vitamins made your body perfect, and you became strong thanks to them. What? You didn't even ask me if I wanted it. Maybe I wanted to be a normal kid. Don't you dare shout at me. Don't tell anyone about it. I signed a contract with Allerbomb. If the public finds out about the experiment, we'll lose everything we have. I didn't know what to do. It was so unfair. I called Caleb, apologized for my behavior, and told him everything. I must be crazy, but I forgive you. Let's uncover the conspiracy together. We went to the Allerbomb office. While I was distracting the guards, Caleb snuck inside. You're Nicole from the Super 5. My daughter is a big fan of yours. I did a whole autograph session, and that gave Caleb enough time to sneak around and find everything we needed. He was a born journalist. Later, we went to a cafe, and Caleb told me everything he had found out. Nicole, this is nuts. It turns out that Allerbomb basically owns that sports school and the Super 5's show. Your teammates were given that drug when they were kids, too. That's what made you all unique athletes. It turned out that the CEO of that company was a scientist that came up with a way to cheat the doping control at the Olympics. The future athletes simply had to take drugs since childhood. Wow, that was just not fair. So that's what the manager of the Super 5 was trying to hide from me. What are we gonna do? Everyone should know about this, but we're gonna need help. I came to practice and I told my teammates everything. The secret drugs of the pharmaceutical company turned us into incredible athletes. I'm not gonna keep quiet about this. Are you with me? To my surprise, they glared at me. Well done, Nicole. You're a real detective. Except we already knew all that. We don't want to change anything because we like being unique and popular. So keep your mouth shut if you don't want any problems. They said they would destroy my life if I told anyone about the drug. For the first time in my life, I felt truly scared. After all, there were powerful people from Allerbomb behind our super team. Besides, because of the contract Mom had signed, we would be sued if I told anyone the truth. What was I supposed to do? Later, I talked to Caleb and he came up with a solution. You can't say anything because of the contract, but I can. They can't keep me quiet. You're right. We could expose them in your blog. Caleb, you're a real journalist. You're brave and fair. I'm sorry I almost ruined our relationship. I'm just glad you realized your mistake and came back to your senses. Now, we just needed to find evidence so everyone would believe us. We came up with a plan and snuck into the sports school. I came up to the manager and said I knew everything about the so-called vitamins. Don't worry, I don't want to be kicked off the team. I know how to keep my mouth shut. That's a wise decision, Nicole. Allerbomb's CEO would be furious if someone found out he had managed to trick the Olympics committee. The manager smiled smugly as he talked. Meanwhile, Caleb was hiding around the corner and filming our conversation on his phone. Unfortunately, Joe noticed him. Damn it. He snatched the phone out of Caleb's hand and ran into an elevator lightning fast. I didn't manage to catch up to him, but I wasn't about to give up that easily. So I used my strength to pull the elevator doors open, and I grabbed Caleb's phone. Yes! We won! Not so fast. The former captain of the Super 5 appeared behind me. His former teammates had apparently asked him for help. Patrick looked menacing and I stepped back. Oh no, I knew I couldn't beat him. Luckily, I had another trick up my sleeve. You're in big trouble, Nicole. No, son, you are. Ta-da! None of the 5 knew that my dad was a policeman and that I had asked him for his help. He came to the rescue and scared everyone with his badge. After that, we left the building without any problems. Caleb posted the video on his channel and it immediately got several million views and went viral. The sports school and the Allerbomb company were investigated and shut down. Everyone responsible was punished, and the Super 5 were banned from playing professional sports for life. Nice! Great job, team! Mom was mad at me for destroying my future, but I was fed up with her lies and I chose to live with Dad. Caleb finally fulfilled his dream and became a famous blogger. I apologized to my classmates for the way that I had treated them. Now, sports are just my hobby. I still want to help people though. So after school, I'm gonna follow in my dad's footsteps and become a policewoman. That's who the real superheroes are. Please like this video and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.